Scott Curry, owner and managing director of Prime Imaging, explains how printing is green.
What gets lost in the translation sometimes, though, and this is a key point, I'm glad that you brought this one up, is from an environmental perspective. We often will think that we're actually doing the environment a favor by not printing those pieces and by going online with them. And there's actually been quite a few studies that have been done now to say that the amount of waste, the amount of energy, the amount of electronics that end up in landfill is causing that much more environmental damage than the traditional method of printing. And a lot more corporate clients are leaning more back towards getting their message across in print, maybe not to the extent of printing the 300,000, but certainly looking at it as part of their marketing communication strategy, not just because it's a great way to communicate your message, but because there is an actual positive environmental impact going with print rather than electronic. I think it does mean more to the client. I think, you know, we're seeing every day, even in retail locations that we go to, of these huge flat screen TVs that are going up in certain locations. And I think as a society, we need to think our way through this stuff as we turf our electronics every 2 or 3 years. And there is a big push on right now, and one of the areas that our industry is focused on this is something called Print is Big. And Guy, we'll have to make sure we get their email into this, not email, but their web address, or we'll make it a comment on there or something. At any rate, and it's all these studies that have had to do with, as a society, dealing with all of these electronics that we have, and how that's impacting the environment, and how print is actually a positive change that can be a good thing for the environment, rather than the perception that people have of trees being cut down. One of the things that Prime Imaging has focused on a great deal is the FSC certification, the Forest Stewardship Council. And that essentially is ensuring that all the paper that we use and such, or certainly the bulk of it, comes from managed forests, so that we ensure that we're doing things in a sustainable and responsible way. As a father to 2 young daughters, I feel a direct responsibility in trying to ensure that we have a clean and sustainable earth for years to come.